So, look, I just saw myself on TV.
That it can cause some type of chaos where you have to learn how to agree to disagree sometimes. So if you don't have a mature mind, then it doesn't work out. Excuse me, I'm still apologizing. In that favor, you know what I'm saying? But that's the part that I don't like. I don't like the fact that it's just misunderstanding one another. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Throughout all of the things you guys have been through, you still have a misunderstanding with something that you both don't agree on. That could cause a big issue in your relationship. So. Because you gotta sit down and break things down, you gotta take the time to try to.
You gotta communicate.
Yeah, just
Oh, you want my answer?
Yeah. Just why don't you
real quick?
But it's not gonna be quick. Everybody had a long time.
No, but
okay.
I mean, people got.
Okay, let me get really quick. What I dislike about a relationship, I hate the people outside the relationship that make comments such as, no, I'm being honest, such as people who say, I don't like that. I hate the people who say, oh, it's not gonna work, or that person used to be a hoe, or that person is, no, I'm saying, not you.
No, this thing, he's looking right at me while you talking.
Or the people outside the relationship, maybe somebody outside the relationship is like, well, you know what, I've been liking you this whole time. Then you ain't said nothing, but now all of a sudden I want to talk to somebody, now you like me. I hate really the people around the relationship that create negative energy and don't allow you to go through the course, because sometimes you do have to go through the course and be like, okay, it's okay with saying, after 2 weeks, this is not for me. Yeah. And we're not going to be together, and that's just it. I made my final executive decision. But sometimes people don't allow you to make your own personal choice. Because if you go based on everybody else's decision, sometimes their bias is involved. But you can't just say, oh, somebody said they're a hoe, or somebody said they this, or they did this. That may or may not be true, I wasn't there. But you do have to, I just hate the people. Honestly, the people around you, they create negative energy sometimes, and people don't want you to succeed, honestly. A lot of people don't want you to be happy.
I dislike having to consult my partner with the major decisions.
You just want to do it.
I just want to do it. If I want to book a plane ticket, I want to book a plane ticket. If my boys are going to Dominican Republic, I just want to go.
Yeah, about that.
But I think it's what?
No, I'm I'm just saying I agree about that. I agree. I feel that as the Leo man that I am.
But that's not a relationship.
If I want to do something,
that's not a relationship.
I should be able to do something. I don't think that this rule where we have to let your mate know everything that is going on. No.
Well,
why don't? Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish.
That is
that is my opinion. That's your opinion. And that's your opinion.
Okay. Right. And let me finish with my opinion. What I'm saying is, I think that it would be an ultimate situation of respect if you fully trust your boyfriend or your girlfriend and say, go ahead, do what you're doing. Like what?
But in order for you to say do what you do, they have to tell you.
No, not at all. Let me give you an example. And I'm not speaking for Dale. I'm just speaking for me. Let me just say this.
But you took it somewhere else. I did.
No, I just want to have. Okay. So I go to work 7 to 4:30, whatever. I go to work. My boo knows that I'm off of work. So my thing is, hold on, let me finish. My thing is, if I decide
go to the bar,
not the bar. Let's say I want to go to Tampa. Tampa's an hour and some change away.
You were extreme.
Let me just say, I want to go to Tampa, do my thing with Dwayne, because Dwayne is in Tampa for a job conference, blah blah blah, and I'm going to support him, and he wants to go have fun, blah blah, whatever. My boo is calling me, where you at? Why you ain't? What's going on? This and that and the third. This and that, you should be home. Why you didn't tell me where you going?
Can I say something?
That's my thing.
This is my question.
Go ahead.
That was
So I hear what you're saying and I understand what you're saying, but so I was in a relationship one time with someone who was he was a little possessive and a little jealous, but one day he was like, you know, I don't mind you doing what you're doing, but he was like, what if one day you're driving to happy hour at Ember
and you die.
and you're in a car accident?
I need to know that.
He's like, I don't know that. They're gonna call me and they're gonna be like, you know, blah, 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 but I had no idea you were gone. He was like, it's just a communication thing. It's like, it's not a possessive, jealous, over-controlling thing. I'm not gonna say no. He's not gonna say no that I can't go. It's just a matter of, yo, I'm headed over here.
How hard is it to pick up the phone?
And you say you don't like to have to do that.
But that's what I'm saying. But I don't like it.
Right.
I understand it.
So you understand it.
But I don't like it.
That's a part of being
like
in a relationship.
Right.
Two
That's
people.
different. That's compromise.
Two people
That's what compromise
versus
is.
That's a compromise for him. That's a
But when you're
compromise for
saying,
him.
if my person who I was dating, and I've had the situation, and they're saying they're in Tampa, and then all of a sudden, first I need to know where you are. Why are you not home? Like, you should tell somebody where you are. It doesn't always have to be a matter of question, and it does vary from relationship to relationship. You don't have to ask for permission, but I need to know where you are, because if you die in Tampa, I need to know that I need to get my ass and drive to Tampa to go.
But let's be realistic.
Or
Every person,
if you go to jail in the bar, I need to know I need to go to Tampa jail instead of Orlando jail.
Every
I need
person
to know
is
the
not
difference.
thinking like that. Every person is not thinking like that. Every person is not thinking like that. It's not about a concern. It's about a jealousy. It's about a control. It's about an insecurity.
If insecurity and control is the issue, you shouldn't be with that.
And everybody.
Right, and you shouldn't. But people need to understand that they shouldn't. But they still stick with the person. Like I said, I'm not speaking for everyone, but everyone is not coming from that open heart, that great concern. There are some people that have issues within themselves that need to be overly controlling, and know what it is that
I need
you're
to see a
doing.
note on the refrigerator. I need to see a text message.
Some people, but we're saying communication.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to Tampa, your best friend is in Tampa. Okay, cool. If you just feel like you want to drive to Tampa, how hard is it to pick up the phone, or please pick up the phone. Don't text me.
Right.
Say, hey, babe, I'm gonna go to Tampa. Such in Tampa, or they're here for a conference. I tell Dwayne it all the time. My friends are coming in town for a conference. I'm about to go have a drink with them. If he thinks I'm at home, he thinks I'm at home. Now, when he gets home from work, he don't see me there. He's gonna be like, okay, well.
I think
It's not a jealousy thing, but it's out of respect, and it's a concern thing.
Is it always, are you okay? Or
No, I'm not saying
what
it's
this
not always
motherfucker is
okay.
doing?
But my thing, that's when you have to ask. If I ask you and get clarification on how
I'm just saying, is it,
It's all of the above.
But
But if you tell them in advance,
if
it
you-
takes all of that.
Here's my
out.
concern. Here's my concern with that.
But
Hold on,
I understand when you say communication is what you need somebody to
No,
do
but here's
in
my
your
concern with
relationship.
that.
So
If-
that's called communication.
If you are genuinely involved with someone,
Well,
why does the mental thought that pops up in your mind always has to be negative?
So that's communication.
Why can't it
That's
be a
communication.
positive situation? If you and my thing is because I hear a lot of I have a best friend, she's married. Sorry if you're watching this. I have a lot of people that are in relationships that have been in relationships for years, and they always complain. They always come from a negative spot. I'm thinking in my mind, if you've been with this person for a year, 2 years, 3 years, why the fuck do you have it in your ability to complain and be negative about something? At this point, you should already know this person. You should already know their ins and outs. And you should, hold on, wait. Let me finish. You should be able to accept this person for who they are because you've gotten to 2 years, you've gotten to 3 years. This is my question to the audience. Why does it always have to come from a negative place? It should not always have to come from a negative place. If you are, hold on, let me finish. If you are in love with this person, if you care about this person, think positively before you think negatively.
Okay,
that is my only thing.
That makes no sense, Wes. Honestly, because you're saying people don't communicate you in your relationship, and they don't communicate because they're not adult, they're not grown. But you never say they don't communicate because they can't communicate the way you want them to communicate. That's the same thing. That's coming from a negative way instead of coming from a positive way. That maybe they're not communicating through a phone because they can communicate other way. It's the same damn thing. So that doesn't make sense that you're saying.
Not being able to communicate
also
and communicate
includes telling me
negatively
you went
are
to
the same
Tampa.
thing?
Tell me
That's
you
not
went to
the
Tampa.
same
It's called
thing.
communication. Those are the same.
Communicating negatively and not being able to communicate, that's not the two. That's
No,
not
it
the
is the same thing because negatively is that they can't communicate. They just don't communicate the way you want them to communicate.
No, negatively is
spin on
thinking
it.
that I'm in Tampa cheating. That's negatively.
No, we're
Versus
you're
being
jumping-
able to
you're trying
articulate
confuse
words,
me.
period.
You're jumping to confuse me. But you're saying that, no, you are jumping to confuse me. What you said is they can't communicate on the phone is a negative. They can communicate. That's a negative. To say they can communicate on the phone and they can communicate through other avenues or medium is a positive spin on it. Why not look at it that way?
My question was, why does it always have to lead to negative
Just said,
energy?
why don't you do the same
Sometimes
thing?
it's insecurity. But at the same
But
time,
that's what I mentioned though.
At the same time, you cannot base your experience or relationship from somebody else's experience of a relationship. You cannot have a general idea of relationship until you have gone through it yourself. If that person is not happy, that person is not happy in their relationship. You cannot say, oh, well, this person's not happy in their relationship, I can be happy in my relationship. You cannot say that. So you have to, and it's about what you want from the relationship. If you think that letting your partner know your every move is respect, that's respect. That's what you want from the relationship. It doesn't have to be negative. If you think that just picking up a phone and saying, hey, I'm about to run to Walmart, that's just out of respect.
But you know, I think
that's
for a
just out of
person
respect.
that, for me, it's hard for me, and we've had this conversation on previous culture clubs. I think the hardest thing, because I'm a single person, some that just I think that it's insecurity. Like I don't, like I gotta just. If you out doing your thing, boo, do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a
Like,
question.
I'm letting you do.
And you know what? I'm gonna come twofold with you. I would respect that more. If like, oh, okay, babe, you having fun? Yeah, that's what's up. Have fun. Don't be like, oh, you should have been home 3 hours ago.
Right, you
I don't have time for that.
I don't.
No,
I don't.
we're not saying
We're not
that.
saying that.
That's
At a certain, trust me, okay,
okay.
bold and blunt. Dwayne and I have a conversation all the time. It's a respect thing. At a certain hour, you should be home.
Right, but that, I mean that's
you should just be home.
So
but if,
why is that natural,
but if Dwayne
Because
gets
I
out
don't feel like he should be coming home at 4 or 5 and 6 in the morning.
Hell
I mean,
no.
your ass should be getting in the house by 2 o'clock. If the club closes at 2:30,
Is there
your
a
ass should
manual
be
that
house-
states that?
That's not a.
That's
I mean,
a
it's-
respect.
I mean, that's like
That's a
I'm playing.
No,
that.
if not, what's wrong with letting somebody know that, hey, and I was told Dwayne, hey, I'm stopping by Hector's house, we about to smoke.
Smoke cigarettes, right?
cigarettes.
It's a respect thing. Like
With
you,
in the manual.
So
there's no manual. You create the manual. If this is what you want out of your
Right,
relationship,
right.
you have to
lay the
show this.
foundation.
Right.
You have to show this,
Right.
and you have to communicate.
Right.
You have to communicate this with your partner.
That's true.
Right.
I
Okay.
believe that.
So
If you don't like it, don't bitch and moan about
Right.
it.
There we go. That's all I wanted. That's all.
You saying it out
Every
loud?
relationship.
But make sure you have a conversation with your partner about it.
See now, CTC here. now.
Make sure you have a conversation about your partner.
Right.
At the same time, you cannot base your relationship on somebody else's experience in their relationship.
Preach.
I'm telling you that.
No, I agree. But obviously, you're not hearing what I'm saying. But I am
what you're
speaking
saying.
English, though. I'm not speaking Puerto Rican.
So what?
I'm speaking
Puerto Rican's
English.
not a language.
How do you personally feel?
Guys, can we get the TC and Hector? It's their turn next.
I want to say
It's their turn next.
But I'm gonna speak completely honest. I just got out of a relationship, 2-year relationship, for almost that same issue, to where my partner felt it was a control thing, that I was trying to control him and control his whereabouts and everything like that, and I more felt it was a respect thing. You understand? Like you said before, the whole going out to 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, that's not respectful. The whole, hey, I'm going to Hector's house or I'm going to hang out at Trey's house for a while. It's not that I have to tell you, it's just I want you to know my whereabouts. Not because you're insecure, but because I respect you as my partner. This is why I tell you. So
That's a big sign.
Right, no, because I understand what you're saying, Hector, but again, I mean, maybe I could just be quiet to this whole conversation because I don't have a spouse. I just don't think that. I feel like if I'm truly confident in who I am and I don't got no insecurity issues, if my boo go out, because they gonna come home and stay with me and sleep with me at the end of the night.
No,
so,
but I don't have anybody.
What if he gets shot in the club?
Trust me. If that is what you want in your relationship,
is what
You got plenty of people who will accept that. Plenty of people will accept that. You accept that.
I love it. I love it.
If that is one get shot up in the club, if your boo gets shot up in the club, and you be like, I didn't know Billy was at Club Jack. I didn't know Billy was at Club Jack. And then the police call you, you'd be like, well, I didn't even know he was at Club Jack and he got shot.
Okay, it's different if I'm saying that, hey babe, okay listen, I'm over Tyrone's house and we just hanging out before. That was the first name that came to
My ex-girlfriend named Tyrone.
Oh, wow.
So hey babe, I was over Jack's house and that was this last,
That was a Freudian slip. That's what that was.
no, that wasn't for this.
Yes,
that
it
just,
was.
that,
you made it obvious.
Cause I'm
keep
thinking
going.
like, call Tyrone.
Keep going.
So anyway, if I was saying, hey babe, I was over Tyrone's house, or we over Tyrone's house having drinks or whatever, that's the last place you're doing like him. And if I know that that's where I am, then why is it such a big issue if I come home at 7 in the morning? If I'm telling you that I'm at Tyrone's house.
Hell no.
Well, guess what? I don't have a boyfriend and I don't have anybody.
You know what?
And nothing Jeremy said.
Somebody
Well,
would have
guess
said
what?
exactly that.
Well, guess what, Jeremy? I've been in plenty of relationships, and I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
Because I've been there. You're saying that you can't articulate how that experience is because you've not been there. I've been there. Okay. And at the end of the day, I can speak for myself because I've been there. 2-year, 3-year relationships. It's been done. Okay? Yes, it's possible. At the end of the day, it depends on how you and that person vibe and communicate. If y'all gel on the same accord and y'all agree on the same accord, let it work.
If you find somebody where y'all can go out and y'all can do whatever and y'all can stay out to the club and y'all can be on somebody's house at 7 a.m. and he don't give a fuck. That's you and your relationship.
That's right. You said he don't give a fuck like if he don't give a fuck like
he doesn't have a concern. That's
just you and your relationship.
Right. So to each his own. To each his own.
The question really is, what do you do when someone say don't care?
Not to be told. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Talk to the camera.
Certain people get to the point where, okay, now this right here for him is not important because he don't give a damn if he has to tell his man where he at. But don't pick and choose what you want me to tell your ass when it's something that's of importance to you. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
You should understand. You know why? Because that's something that's important. Okay, let's just say me and you are in a relationship. And I'm demanding, I'm just saying, okay, hey, babe, please let me know, or, so let me know what's going on, what you're doing, not because I'm insecure, but because I care enough about you.
Right. You don't believe it.
You sure it doesn't have nothing to do with insecurity?
What do you do in that situation?
You know what, but even if you're not insecure, even if I'm confident as hell in my relationship, it's still about worrying about the next person, because at the end of the day, y'all have a relationship. It's not just you by yourself. It's two people.
Right, so if I come up at 7, in the morning, you okay with that?
No.
You just told me that. Wait, hold on, let me finish. I'm gonna let you say let me know where you at. So if I'm saying at Macaroni's house, then you just
whereabouts. I didn't speak on time. I said whereabouts, not time. I said whereabouts.
Okay, so what time is the appropriate time for me to be home in your eyes?
That's not what he's saying.
What time in the club?
What he's saying is, if there is a disagreement in their relationship,
in my view, personally,
what do you do?
2 o'clock is cool. You know why? Because in my relationship, my man likes to go out. You feel what I'm saying? So 2 o'clock is cool. But I never spoke on time. I'm just talking about whereabouts. But if you get into detail, if you want to go into detail, then we can go. You ain't making my man. You might have to call your man and tell him. And you right by myself. Hold on. You might not be in a committed relationship, but you had a relationship, right? So you should know, right?
But I'm just
You
saying.
should know, right?
You coming off at me?
No,
like
I'm just
a
saying.
real
I'm just saying. You know,
You know what you get off your chest? Get off your chest,
Because guess what?
Hey.
We're talking about
You might want to tell your man this.
Oh, man, they ain't gotta tell my
Okay.
niggas. Guess what?
I look at it like
I'm
this.
confident, baby, so I ain't gotta tell them not a damn thing.
I hear that.
You feel me?
I
You know
look-
that? As long as you know that.
I look at it like this. I go back to my childhood when I became grown enough to get a job and to drive. You know, you have that wild side. You want to stay out late at night and everything. My parents told me, hey, you need to have your ass on at a certain time.
That's what.
If not, right. For me, it's a respect thing. So once I start respecting my parents and say, okay, my parents want me to be home at a certain time. No, I'm not gonna say I'm in a parent relationship. I'm not gonna say that. My dude can go out, long as he lets me know. But after a certain time, I'm gonna start worrying where he is. Long as I let my parents know, I'm gonna go out. Cause I never want to get a phone call saying that my dude is in Tampa. He done went to Tampa. He done went to Palladium. He done got drunk. He done got fucked up. He got pulled over and he in jail.
And they gonna be like, you ain't know where your man was?
Yes.
That's the first thing they're
That's the first thing they're gonna say.
It's a natural.
But the question I'm asking, and I think he was trying to say, is when there's a disagreement. If you disagree that you should tell your well about, and you say you shouldn't, then what do you do in a relationship like
And
that?
trust me, Dwayne
break up. You break up.
Trust me, Dwayne has gone to Tampa twice. He has gone to Tampa twice, but he has told me where he was going.
But what I'm saying is, okay, but listen to what you just said. You said if I don't want to get a call saying that my man was in Tampa and he wasn't supposed to be there, if your man,
If he didn't tell me,
but if your man say that I'm hanging out with Drew for the evening, we hanging out at Drew's place and we just chilling and kicking the tea and whatever, your mind should only think that my man is at Drew's house. Then he must not questioning his whereabouts. Right. So then why wants to know where he's at? I'm at Drew's house.
That sounds right. That sounds great.
Right, but I'm at Drew's house, I left Drew's house at 6:30 in the morning to make it back to Maitland.
And he's fine with that.
So okay,
as long as he knows his whereabouts.
But let's
after a while, if you and Drew if he and Drew has been hanging out for all day, and I'm gonna be blunt, he has done it. He has went to Drew's house at 4 p.m. and then come home at 5 a.m.
Just say
That's
all
if you're like, what are y'all doing all day? And at a certain hour, I want to come home to my man. I want my man to come home.
You say that.
Can I just say one thing?
It's all about communication. It's still about communication.
Because if you let
Trust me, we have talked about it.
Right, and
After the fact, we have talked about
But
it.
you know what?
I just want to say one thing. Having gone through it, the only thing I can say is this. Having gone through it, the only thing I can say is that there are people I've seen clearly in this room alone. There are people who feel the way you two feel, the way the way he felt. As far as I shouldn't have to tell you my whereabouts because as my man, you should know.
I'm not saying you should tell me.
Listen. Right, cause no, I want to make a point. Y'all was screaming at each other for 10 minutes. I ain't saying shit.
Well, sort of.
There's people who are okay with that. There are people who are okay with their man going to the club 10 nights a week. There are people who are okay with their man going to Tyrone's house at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and getting drunk. There are people. Me personally, and it seems like the room is divided in half. Let's be real. It seems like the other half feels you shouldn't come home past a certain time for the respect of your relationship and the respect.
But that's something that you should.
Wait, see, that's not fair, Jeremy. That's not fair. Wait.
That's something that you
It's not fair because you have your opinion.
I said that is something that you should establish in your own relationship.
Right.
It's not.
That's your opinion, though.
Right.
That's not
So
something
did you
that has to happen.
It's
not. It don't have to happen. That's what you want to establish because you are the socialite. So you establish it from the beginning. I don't have to. I'm the homebody.
Listen, love. I'm asking you: is that what you establish in your relationship?
Did you communicate with
right? Did you communicate that with them? Right? Did you?
Shout out to Andreas. effectively communicate. Right. About that. About
Did you
that.
say that in the beginning or at any point in your relationship that, hey, babe, I need you home by 4:30 because
I don't think it's-
I'm caring that you're going to be locked up in jail.
him.
I don't think I should have
can
to.
happen.
See, I don't think I don't.
All jokes aside, some stuff can happen.
Yeah.
You get gay back.
You know
People-
what? And I
people can laugh.
I
People can laugh about it.
I will sit here and be honest about this.
See?
I will be honest and sit here and be completely honest about this. Sometimes the constant going out was a play on my insecurity. Not because I'm insecure, but because it happens so much.
Okay.
That you could be the most securest person in the world, but if your man spends more time, not that my man,
Right, you
because
just
I
see
love
in
him to
general.
death,
Right,
that's
see
my
in
nigga
general.
still, whether we're still best friends, that's my nigga. But
that we know didn't be discussed.
eventually, when your man spends more time on the streets than he does at home with you, it makes you insecure. You could be the most secure person, but when it becomes a secret of where you're going and you're doing it constantly, then it makes me insecure. Because one, you don't feel you should tell me where you're going. On top of that, you feel you can go several nights a week. On top of that, you feel you can come home 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Well, listen, let me say this. I remove all of my statements and comments that I've made because I don't.
Right.
No, because I don't have a relationship. So everything that I say.
But you've had relationships, Jeremy. You've had successful
Jeremy, you can't say that.
relationships.
You still have
You're allowed
expectations.
those opinions.
But you know
you
what?
have
I feel like my relationships weren't compared to some others' relationships.
You can't
I
compare your relationships
Well, I'm
to
not
that.
comparing them to them,
Don't
but
do
I'm
that to
saying that
yourself.
what I
Please
did
don't.
was I
False
didn't
expectations.
worry so much when you went out. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't allow that to bother
But
me.
somebody would be perferly fine with exactly
Right,
what you
somebody
are.
would be perfectly
Somebody
fine
would
with
be
it.
happy and like
And
love
that
you.
was the point I was trying to
Somebody
make.
would be perfectly
Because we all
fine.
got
But he
our
said
And
that
that was
he's not that person.
that was the point that I was trying to make. Like,
Somebody would
so
love that.
Look at you and Wes. You guys pretty much think the exact same thing. You and Wes, if you were attracted to each other, would make the
How you know we're not
perfect
You might be a love connection.
boyfriend. You bottom? Oh wait, you're a You're a top. I forgot. It's the season.
This season,
This season.
Wes, go on, bro.
rest, don't you feed that sickness. Don't
But
I have a
honestly,
response.
honestly,
I know what I am.
They would be happy together solely
Y'all
because
would
they
be happy.
agree.
But
no, for real. Honestly, there's a difference of opinion. Everybody has their own individuality, and everybody has what they want from a relationship. Be it if you're living together, if you're not, if it's long distance. Everybody wants something from somebody, so you have to communicate. You really have to communicate.
But you have to
And-
communicate
and-
up front.
Right,
Sometimes you wait
that's
6
what
months.
I'm saying.
To be honest,
I mean, but honestly,
it
it takes 6 months.
No,
to
it don't.
No, wait,
You
no.
asked the question from the beginning.
No, you cannot
Do
find
your
out a
parents
person
know
in a
about
week.
you? Do you do this?
You cannot find out
No,
about a
those
person
questions
in a
you
week.
ask at the beginning. You don't have to know, but you do have to ask those questions. Some people don't ask certain questions.
Some people might not be honest with you in the beginning, in a week.
But no, that's when you know they're
You
lying.
should lay the foundation.
You don't know that though.
You
So
going out
you
there.
ask those questions and you look at action. You have to ask the questions.
This is like taking a job and they say, "Oh, you never work weekends."
Okay, listen to what I'm saying.
And then you get on that job and
ask
start
the
working
questions
weekends. You like
and you match the actions.
I mean,
to the
until you
understand
actually
that.
get into that.
Right, but I mean, certain things you're gonna be like, okay, well, you know, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like you coming. I don't like nobody that come in at 12 o'clock, or I don't like nobody that do. I mean, whatever. I don't know. And I hate
Either
going
you're
into this
okay with it
because
or
I don't-
you're not. You're gonna communicate that with your partner or you won't. Either you're gonna go to sleep.
I don't like going out.
By
If I have a
yourself?
partner, we're not
Are you
going
gonna
out.
go
We're
to
gonna
sleep
stay at
by
home
yourself
in a
every
hot
night?
tub.
Unless
While
you-
next
Let me ask you a question. I just want to ask you a question. Let's keep it real.
Straight up.
You meet somebody who you start to really like, y'all are talking, you guys make it official. You really like this boy. Let's say we said the 6 months, right? That's what we said? Couple of months roll down, he starts to see that you're starting to be this party animal. Even though in the beginning, you may have met him at the club. You understand? But through the relationship, you've learned that he is not the party animal. He does not like that as much as you do. So now you see it starting to take a strain on your relationship. What do you do?
At that point,
Are you
then
for it
we
or
would
you're
have
not?
a conversation,
Right.
And I'll be like, well, okay, listen, I see that you more reserved. I do enjoy going out. Tell me how you feel.
So
Because
my
I'm-
question is,
because-
are you, Jeremy, at that 6 month point that you really are feeling this boy and this is his only issue with you, are you willing to let that relationship go because you want to be so
So you're
social?
gonna compromise.
No, I mean, no,
I'm asking because the way y'all were talking was like, well,
Can
this is
you
me
want
and this
me
is
to-
how I am.
You want me to
So
answer?
now,
what you want me to do? You
go
want-
ahead,
you
girl.
want me to answer?
Go ahead, girl.
Would you like me to answer?
Uh-uh.
Yes. From one bottom to from a former bottom to another former bottom. From a former bottom to
Not the former
to
bottom.
the current bottom. Yes, I want to talk directly to you. If I knew that it's going to cause some confusion in my relationship, then naturally, yeah, me not being in one, yes, I would want to keep that relationship if I know that it's worth keeping, and then I would compromise with him. Okay, babe, listen, you don't want me to go out. I do enjoy going out. Well, then maybe we can try not going to the club. Maybe we can go out to different events. I go to live band, dab, whatever.
Straight events.
Straight. Want to lose my relationship in the streets, for the club, for me going out just because I decide I want to go out and my boyfriend don't want to do that.
I feel like we
And
are all adults.
Right.
And at a certain point, we all know what we want out of
Right.
a relationship.
Right. That's
And
true.
at 6 months, as Medea would say,
Right.
that's far enough time to figure out
What your
is he a party boy or is he not? Is he this or is he that? Or is he this or is he
But
Tell
you
me
gotta
when you
think
go to
about
Tampa
it.
or not.
But
But
you gotta
I
think
mean,
about
you
it.
can go
When you
honestly.
met him, though, I
Honestly,
know.
you
That's
can go
what you
6
think.
months.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can go 6 months, but sometimes
That's
sometimes the script can change.
Well, people do evolve.
But then you have
He
conversation though of what your
said
right to
6
is like.
months.
Shit, you don't win 6 months. Y'all didn't talk about what the hell you like and what the hell he don't like.
Right.
Well, I don't get it.
Sometimes
I'm just saying.
it takes a year to
To
really
find out what you like, Trey, as far as going out, if that's something that you are passionate about and you don't like your man to go out, god damn it, you ought to have been told that in 6 months.
Right.
You're not gonna tell me it's gonna take a
But
year.
okay,
but however, you
honest-
tell your man
honest
you don't want
moment.
to going out and
Honest
he rejects
moment.
it.
Honest
then what
honest
do?
moment. Dwayne and I went out together
Mm-hmm.
mostly the first year of our relationship.
Okay.
And then we started meeting other people, so we started going out separate. That evolved, and it caused a somewhat a strain on
So
our
did y'all have a
relationship.
conversation at
We
that
did.
point? Okay. And
We
so,
did.
all right. Did you rectify that situation at that time?
We had a conversation.
It's
Okay.
It's pending.
Okay.
It's pending.
I didn't mean it to be funny.
Honestly, we're working. Honestly, you have to work on it.
Right, and I understand.
You have to work
okay,
on it.
I can understand that point, but I just feel like it shouldn't take me no year to figure out where we at. 6 months we laying down the root, the ground rules. I don't like this, babe. I don't like the way you brush your hair. I don't like when you putting your spit in the thing. I don't like.
Just because you don't like something, don't mean you can't accept
But
it.
you can.
I cannot like you at the club. Instead of you go to the club for.
But you can tell me. But you like that's your part. Because you should tell me. You should know. But you should tell me that.
Everybody's talking. Hold on.
In order to keep this relationship,
Let me just pose one question, just to mediate a little bit. Let me just pose one question, or a concept, real quick.
Okay.
You can't meet someone on a Tuesday in 2012, and you get to know this person month to month to month. You get to know them. You know their ins and outs, what they like, what they hate, whatever the case may be. And then 2 years or a year down the line, you want them to automatically change because you've changed. Hold on. Let me just open this concept. I don't think that's fair. Number one, just because you've decided to veer off in a different direction, that means I need to go with you. Because if I was a party animal when you met me and we partied together and we were party animals together, now all of a sudden you have an epiphany and you want to change your party animal ways, that does not mean that I should be obligated to change right along with you. I think that's where the work kind of come in for a relationship. But if I'm not there yet, and I don't even want to get there because that's not the way I was when you first met me, I don't think I should be obligated to get there just because you're there. And I think we should open that up.
And
So
honestly, and I'm gonna be blunt. Honestly, sometimes you guys are not meant for each other. You have to really have a conversation. No, honestly, you really have to be honest with yourself and say, okay, I want to change. I want to grow in my career. I want to do other things. I want to go to things in places other than clubs. But if my partner is not doing that, sometimes you have to say to yourself, okay, obviously I'm going in another direction. And I need to have a conversation with my partner and say, hey, this is what I want to do. and these are my desires, and I want to do more things, you know, other than going to the club.
I actually agree with 100% what Wes just said. Okay. Like I said, people grow at different rates. And it comes to a point where compromising. Even though we met at the club, and I'm like, okay, I'm more focused on my career. You still in the club. Instead of going, like I was telling them, instead of going 4 nights a month, go 2 nights, baby. Like, compromise until we both grow together. People grow at a different rate, and that's one thing about relationship. People are like, oh, you're nothing like the way I was when we first met. Hell no, I'm not gonna be. Hopefully, in 10 years, I'm not gonna be the same person I was last year. But people don't understand. As much as you are growing to be the person at the club, maybe they're growing at a different rate, or maybe they have grown into being more involved in the club. You don't understand that, and it's a point of
I totally agree.
Being compromising to say, okay, baby, communicate with me that you like the club more. We can go some nights, or you can go by yourself. But tell me you don't.
Again, you are 2 different people. You cannot change. You cannot change a person's 30 years of their life in a year or 6 months. You guys have to grow together, and you have to compromise. And when you see something that you really don't like, and you don't see any change,
I'm just saying, don't walk away. You don't always.
You don't walk away. Do not walk away. You work on it. You communicate with them, but you still have to be honest with yourself, and you have to say
6 months is plenty of time.
6 months should have told
you honestly have to say. You honestly have to say, okay.
But I think the problem is people are not honest when they tell people stuff. They tell what they think they want to hear.
What they
like,
want to hear.
Baby, I don't like this. What we gonna do about it?
I really believe like
But
6 months. 6 months, you're telling your partner or your person who you're getting to know what they want to hear, because you don't want to come off. So that's why that's when I go against the 6 month rule. You know, it's 6 months of, okay, do I really want to be around this person? Or do we have similarities?
Some people hold that shit in.
Right, some people hold it in. Some people, will lie till they can't lie no more.
They will feel whatever
I can say that this has been a tremendous conversation. And to add on to that, I think all of you that are watching this need to really get into the concept of open communication, especially those that are actually in relationships. Obviously, there is a somewhat of a divide and somewhat of a mesh between single versus
I'm complicated.
Relationship. So there's an obvious divide and mesh, because we can adopt similar connections despite our differences. But at the end of the day, I believe that every person's individual experience is their individual experience. Dwayne can't tell me about my relationship because he's dealing with his person in his relationship. He's not dealing with the same person that I'm dealing with. So he can't just feed on to what I'm going through.
Why you keep telling him then?
Huh?
Why you keep telling him what's going on in your personal relationship if he can't tell you anything to help you?
No, that's you're missing the point. What I'm saying is that number one, I don't feed information like that. Like I really don't. Okay, if you ask, I'll tell you. That's the type of person that I am. So when you do ask, as a friend, I'm going to offer it because you're my friend. Now, there's a difference between offering opinion and telling me what the fuck I need to be doing because you feel it's what I need to be doing. Not saying that that's what he does, but there's a difference, okay? And I can accept opinions from people in my life about what's going on in my life at the particular time, but then there comes that point where you need to just reserve it a little bit. And I feel that the reason why you need to reserve it is because you're going through what you're going through with your guy. You're going through what you're going through with your guy. I'm going through what I am going through with my guy. It's all different, okay? And everybody goes through something differently at that different particular moment in their life. I need all of you guys to really open your minds, okay? This collection of Culture Clubb has been very interesting. We've had some upsets, we've had some crazy moments, we've had some downsides, we've had some almost emotional sides, we've had some laughter. But at the end of the day, it's all about adopting similar connections despite our obvious difference, okay? And the fact that we're able to walk off this camera and still be cool speaks to level of maturity, okay? And we're not coons. Okay, I just had to add that in there. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna let that go because that speaks volume to me, and there's a controversial idea of the concept of Planet of the Apes, the movie. Okay, and speaking of black people as a race, it's a controversial concept. I'm not gonna get into that. Planet of the Apes. Think about it. What happened?
No, I was talking to Trey.
About who?
Right.
Did you just make a comparison to Planet of the Apes and
Black people, Africa? Yes. Look at the movie.
See, it's something you got a whole. It's something.
Look at the movie. Just like people believe in Illuminati.
All right,
Okay. So what I want to do to close off on this video, okay, I want everybody to say,
stand up and hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
no, because clearly they're thought of the day. Their thought of the day. So go ahead, starting with Jeremy, since Dwayne's passing it off.
My thought of the day is, as always, continue to love yourself, continue to be encouraged, continue to encourage yourself, because you can only encourage yourself when nobody else is around. You have to love who you are, love who God has made you to be, and love. I love all of you.
Okay. What I would like to say is continue to live and not die in a situation that you put yourself into. When you've got the possibility and the tools to use around you in order to move to the next level in your life, not just, in religion, but just, as peers, as everybody here on this panel, we can always utilize each other for different things that maybe we may not understand, ourselves. So that's just what I would like to leave with you guys.
That's true.
You wouldn't expect all that?
No, because we have different conversations while we're at work. That was amazing. I like that.
But
I really do.
I wanted to say one more thing too, honestly, and I don't know if I said this before, but I do want us to. We were talking about earlier about how we bash each other, for being the way that we are. I just want everybody that is listening to love each other, and you never know what place and situation that anybody's in. I had a cousin of mine who was the life of the party. He was everything that everybody wanted him to be. He was funny. He made sure that everybody else was happy, make sure everybody else was enjoying themselves. He just loved. And he took his own life. Just about last month he did. And he left kids, he left his wife behind. And we never known. We never had no clue that he was going through whatever he was going through. No idea. But we just have to, continue to love people and appreciate them for who they are, and just, love. And that's all I can tell you is to love. But, it just, watching him go through that and knowing that he took his own life just because of, money and personal situations, we just never know who lives we impact, and we don't know who we come across that we can encourage. So just continue to do that. I just wanted to put that out there.
To add on to that, I definitely agree with him. There are people that watch internationally this particular series on A Connection TV, and I do appreciate you for that. I do want to add on to the concept of adopting similar connections despite our differences. Accept people for who they are, and if you cannot accept them for who they are, just walk away. Don't judge, don't condemn, don't try to change, don't try to tell them how to be. If that is who they are, let them be who they are, because at the end of the day, ultimately you want people to let you be who you are. And I really think that as a people, we need to understand that concept. Never speak about people behind their backs, especially if you call them your friend. And just encourage positive energy over negative energy, because at the end of the day, it helps people grow as a whole.
I would like to say love yourself, no matter what religion, no matter what sexuality, no matter what race you are. Love yourself, and whatever you believe in, no matter if it's God or Allah or whatever you believe in, your higher power, do you, and make sure you keep everything first and love. Honestly, just live your life. That's all you can do, is just live your life. And I think like I said before, if we would just accept people for who they are and mind our own business, then a lot of issues that we have would just seem to just disappear. But just live and love and keep God first. If you believe in God, keep God first and keep Him holy. And because as for me and my house, I will serve the Lord. And okay, I had a twitch in my left shoulder.
My thought of the day would be, we cannot solve problems in life with the same thinking that we use to create those problems. So, to solve issues and to get proper solutions, you have to use a different chain of thought that you used and you used to create those problems that got you in the first place.
That would be considered the definition of insanity, right? To expect change when you're still doing the same thing. Right.
Amen.
I would say being influenced on someone's life. Somebody may not know the right from wrong. You know, you can be an influence on someone's life by, you know, just being yourself in a positive light instead of being negative all the time. And you never know. Honestly, people are always watching you. People are watching your every footstep. People are watching what you do, you know, in your home or at work or when you're driving. You know, Drake, see me at the mall every time.
Oh, God.
But no, real talk. You can be an influence on someone's life if you put yourself in that manner. If you put yourself to be an influence.
Amen.
So I believe in the law of attraction, and what you put out into the universe is generally what you are going to get back in return. So what I'm telling you is to think positive thoughts, be happy, think love and light, and love and light is what you'll get in return.
What I would say is, don't be afraid to do whatever makes you happy, regardless of people may agree with it or disagree. As long as you don't take away someone else's happiness and not offending anybody else, don't be afraid of being who you are or doing whatever makes you happy. And there's nothing wrong with being different from the other people who are around. It's okay.
I want to thank you guys for watching Culture Club. I really do appreciate it. These guys are going to offer themselves to you, I guess, in some way, shape, or form. A lot of you guys have already hit them up. A lot of you guys have followed Jeremy on Instagram. A lot of you guys shout out Jeremy on Periscope and all of that. Do you have an Instagram and social media and all of that? We'll have that below, yes?
Yes.
All right. So definitely be free and feel welcome to, speak with us. I've gotten a lot of messages, and I thank you for watching Culture Club. You guys have a great rest of your night. Later.
Bye.
All right, y'all. All right.
I want to do a confession.
I started just introducing extra things.
Okay. So this is completely like your site. Like it's
This
not
is
ran
my-
through a third party.
No,
This is your site, launched by you.
It's launched by me, created by me.
And you have actual
Bright lights in the